Hey, this is Eric, and this is another episode of Dream Big and Walk by Faith. This is a series I do every now and then. I need to do more, but and I thought about doing this a couple years ago, but I guess the time is always right from what I understand with God. And but anyways, what this is my opinions on pastors and not knocking any of them down that don't like Jelly Roll and Brandon Lake. Now, I like Jelly Roll's story. I'm not that big on his music. Nothing against it. I just don't care a lot for his music. But I think he's a great role model. And I don't know about Brandon Lake, but I mean, he got a few songs which I really hadn't listened to because that's not really my cup of tea. The newer country and rap, that's not really my cup of tea. But what gets me is all these, and it started back when Jelly Roll was starting to get big a couple years ago. And I was scrolling through TikTok, and just, it's like pastor after pastor after pastor after pastor was just downing Jelly Roll, and people like Brandon Lake and Jelly Roll, and I just don't understand it. Because to me, and there's a verse in the Bible, or the way that I read it, and you can take this for what it is or whatever, but Jesus was around prostitutes and thieves and the people that, weren't the good people. That's who he preached to, and he was around a lot more thieves and murderers and prostitutes and all that, and people with a past. To me, that's who he deals with more. I mean, because and everybody don't live right. We all sin. But I think, to me, him and Brandon Lake and people like him, I don't know anymore, are bringing more people, or they're bringing more people to Christ than these pastors that condemn people like him. Because they do have a past. Everybody's got a past. And I just think they really need to go back and think about, really judging people, and because I really think they're bringing a lot more people to Christ, and even Joe Rogan, and that's really what got me. Really wasn't his comedy. I like his comedy, but what I liked about Joe Rogan is he was very open-minded, and to me, our society is not like that anymore. And I think Joe Rogan has come to Christ, or getting closer coming to Christ, going to church and stuff, and I just think people like them need to be more recognized and appreciated to bringing, people to Christ. There was a post, like I said, I don't know a lot about Brandon Lake. I know very little, about that much. And there was he was doing a praise song, maybe Hard Fought Hallelujah. I don't know a lot of his songs, I'm sorry. Not my cup of tea. Anyways, and there's always going to be one person that's got to point out something bad and something good. Because they were praising Jesus somewhere, maybe at the CMAs, I don't know. I don't keep up with that. And there's one remark was, one drunk person's up there just singing hallelujah. And I don't know if they meant it in a bad way or not, but the way it sounded, it did. But I'm like, you don't know what's in people's hearts, so that's just my opinion on, really get to, think about people before you start judging them. I know though it says not to judge, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that's my deal, and I'll see y'all later.